this back up. Turn slide. Half a second. I just want to make sure this is all up and out. Okay, what's up? I'm going to talk at the end. No, it's okay. It's a legit question. I just want to wait till the end to talk about it. All right. So there's the first one, y equals negative 5x. All right. As we go along, if you have a particular one you had issues with the graphing, feel free to share. If not, we'll just breeze through these pretty quickly. All right. Good. There's the next one, 2 to the negative x plus 2. Make sure you realize what negatives do, what numbers outside do, what numbers inside do. If I didn't submit and I was looking for credit for something, I think I wouldn't be on my phone right now. I think I would be paying attention and making sure I got it correct. That's what I would do if I was. Just do. There's 6 to the x plus 3 plus 5. Okay, so basically, normally with the exponential ones, you do negative 1, 0, and 1. And then you take whatever the opposite is of the exponent and you do that to those numbers. So the opposite of positive 3 would be negative 3. So you would take the negative 1, 0, and 1 and subtract 3. The negative 1 minus 3 gives you the negative 4. The 0 minus 3 gives you the negative 3. The 1 minus, the 1 minus 3 gives you the negative 2. Because when you plug those in now, for example, if I plug in negative 2 plus 3 is 1. 6 to the 1 is 6, 6 plus 5 is 1. Good? So you just do the opposite of whatever that is. If there's an exponent, if there's a coefficient, I don't think there is one. Then you gotta set it equal. Jonathan's here. Alan's here. Rachel's here. Dominic's here. Negative e to the x minus 4 plus 1. right, there's log 4 of x. The 0.25 obviously is, if you can't see it, it's 0.25, negative 1, 1, 0, and 4, 1. So the points are 1/4, negative 1, 1, 0, and 4, 1. Good. 4 plus log 3 of x, the points are 1, 4, 3, 5, and 9, 6. Good. Natural log of x minus 5, the domain is x is greater than 5. The range of all real numbers, asymptote at x equals 5, 5.4, negative 1, 6, 0, and 7.71. All right. And then the last one, y equals negative log 4 of x plus 4 minus 3. The domain x is greater than negative 4. The range all real numbers. The asymptote x equals negative 4. Points are negative 3 and 3/4, so negative 3.75 and negative 2, negative 3, negative 3, and 0, negative. Everybody good with graphing and what to expect. Alrighty then. There's the evaluating. The ones on the right, obviously, we need to change pace. The ones on the left, we would expect you to know. Good. I believe the expanding ones, the first one is that top group of 3, so that's all the same problem. The second one is the bottom 2, and then the condensed, the answer is written on the right. If you had, for example, the natural log of a over 2, that would be fine as well. If you didn't use the parentheses, that would be fine as well, things like that. So that's not a huge deal, but just make sure you can match it up if it is multiple choice. There's some equation solving. The e to the x plus 4 would be a extraneous solution. So they both end up being the same answer. Or actually, it's the one problem. Oh, they are the two different problems. And that was bad planning by me. Oh. So everybody good with the e quadratic? Just break it down. I don't believe a would be 5. I believe a would be 1. I can double check that. All right. And then if it tells you to estimate, obviously you would estimate the natural log of prefix. There are the next two. Good. There's the next two. The problem is with the natural log of negative 8m equals the natural log of 2m minus 3. It is 1 to 1, so it's pretty straightforward to solve, but if you plug back in 3/10, the negative 8m becomes negative 2.4. We can't do the natural log of a negative number, therefore that would be infinity. The only thing you got to really worry about with extraneous is that if you plug it back in, it gives you negative log or natural log, then it can't. You can get a negative answer for natural log. That would be a decimal, but you can't get the log of a negative number. And then there are the next two. I don't think you have anything as big as 10 to the 12th over 4. That, by the way, would be 10 trillion. Good. Next two. All right. If you had 7/4 as 1.75 for the first one, that would be fine. If you are going to write like 1/6 as a decimal, it would be 0.16 with a repeating bar over the 6. But in Edulastic, it is 20 times easier to write it as a fraction. And then there are the last two. Both of them are extraneous. If you plug in the 3, you get negative numbers. If you plug in the 1/3, negative 1/3, you get negative numbers. There's the banking problems using the formulas. The one on the left, you're plugging in and evaluating. The one on the right, you're working backwards and solving. Good. All right, next two problems. The outdoor festival, K is 0.1334, and then it doubles in 5.2 hours. And then for, what is the intensity of light? Oh my goodness, I'm such a slacker. 10 to the negative, what did I do? Raise it to that. So I equals, and yeah, 0.81. That looks right. This is the log I, so I would do second quit negative 0.00235 times 40. That gives me the negative 0.094, and then I would raise it to a power of 10, and 10 of that would be 20. Good? Yes, ma'am. So you good with the K? All right. Okay. So then that would allow us to rewrite the equation as 88E to the 0.13342 T. Now there's two ways of going from there. All right. 88 is your initial. So if it's saying when it doubles, that would be 176 equals 88E. All right, hold on. I got to show this to everybody. Make it fair. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a longer. All right. There we go. Not so bad. Yeah, so there you go. So 0.1334T. Now you would then divide by the 88. That's going to bring you back to 2. So if you want, you can skip the whole 176 and 88 part. And if the problem asks you to double, you just set it equal to 2. If it asks to triple, you would set it equal to 3. You know what I'm saying? And then you do natural logs. Hey, anytime. That's what I'm here for. That and the musical entertainment. Earthquakes and Gujarat. Why do I have Gujarat? 2001. All right, then the last two word problems. Make sure you know that formula A, 1 plus minus r to the t. All right. All right. It does cover both evaluating and solving, so it can go both ways, so make sure you understand when you're doing what with the word problem. All right. So now we got these, solving equations, 6, -2/7, 18 and -18. All right, don't forget, for example, in number 3, it would be 1 to 1 because they're all log 8. But in number 1 and 5, you can't because the constants on the right are not in a log form. They're not 1 to 1. Good? So 1 is 6, 3 is -2/7, 5 is 18, -18. And it can be -2/7 because if you plug that in and add the 1, it turns it into a polygon. Good. And then there's 2, 4, and 60 evens. -61 over 40. 4 is 15 over 2, or 7.5, or 7.5. And then 6 would be 3 and -3. All right, 2 and 6 are 1 to 1, so you can just set them equal to each other. 4, again, you would have to raise 5 to the 1, so you would set it equal to 5. 5x minus 30 equals x. 4x equals 30, x equals 50. Good. All right, there is number 7. There is number 7, which you will not have, but it's good practice. All right, so in other words, the -3.6 comes from 0 minus, and then all those parentheses, and then it's up to you what you want to do. You can either add up all the logs, which I would do, and subtract that from 0, or you can turn them all into negatives and add the negatives, but I would add them all up and subtract. 336 is 6 times 7 times 8. You get that from dividing 336 by 8, which would give you 42, and then 42 breaks down to 6 and 7. Don't forget, you could also use 5 when you do that because that's your base. Good? And then there's 8 and 9. You will have one like that. Definitely. If you have it in a different order, that's fine, but you need to have the correct sign. So the 2m needs to be negative. Good Lord. Yes, sir. How's it negative? All right, so 32 over 27. Unfortunately, none of those numbers go into 32. Got me? So 64 over 54. Does that help me? Did you use 96 over 81? Yeah. Okay. So if we're looking at 96 over 81, okay, 96 over 81, all right, and the 81 would be 9 squared on the bottom, all right, and since the log of 9, the log 8 of 9 is m, this would be the 2m on the bottom. You okay with that? All right, but because it's on the bottom, it's a subtraction. So anything on the bottom is a negative, anything on the top is positive. That to me is easy. Right? If you are at home and have no questions, feel free to depart. You go right to Elastic tomorrow, no live stream. There will be one open. Paige, don't pull yours away. That's right. Okay. All right. If you have a question, feel free to stay on after this is done. I'm going to stop recording. And then I will talk about you guys and taking your quiz. All right. So stop recording.